Hey guys, welcome to Teal House Farm. I'm getting ready to get everything ready for the day. It's early-ish in the morning. I'm gonna get everything pulled out and double checked for school, and I thought I would show you how we manage to store school supplies with limited space. So if you're new here, we are a family of 8. Oh, baby woke up. I'll get him in a second. We're a family of 8, and we have 4 kiddos who are currently actively homeschooling, is what I would call it. And that is a 4th grader, a 3rd grader, a 1st grader, and a kindergartner. We also have a preschooler and a baby, and I don't do any active homeschooling with preschoolers. I feel like they learn a lot just doing life with us and just being around the table where we're already doing school, so they don't have any special curriculum or anything like that. But let me show you how I store everything, maybe give you some ideas. So we live in an 1890s farmhouse. There really aren't any closets. I have a closet that has my washing machine and my dryer and like my soaps and stuff, and that's basically all that fits in there. And I have a closet that's probably supposed to be like more of like a coat closet, storage closet, but I use it as our kitchen pantry because there's not a pantry. And then that's about it. There's one bedroom with a closet in the house. The rest of the bedrooms do not have closets because, like I said, it's a farmhouse and people just didn't have closets. So we have to get really creative about how we store things. First thing is here in the kitchen. This cutout used to just have a fridge, and my dad came and he helped me build these like utility shelves, and this is where basically the majority of our homeschool and random kitchen stuff is. So up on the way top, this is where I keep my teacher stuff and things that I just don't want the kids touching because I know that they'll disappear so fast, like reward stickers, Post-its, staples, and all of the library books that we need for school. We cut down on a lot of storage space by borrowing a lot of the things we use from the library, so I don't have to permanently store them at home. And to keep them from getting lost in the house, I store them way up here where nobody can reach them. In this basket, I also keep any teacher textbooks that go with the older kids, like math books where I might need to look up teaching hints or answers, and things like that. Next to the microwave, I just have some coloring and activity books. This is the light pad for tracing. There's some tracing paper. These are just some fun things to keep little hands busy while we're doing school. Each one of the school age kids has a basket. Now, if you are really OCD and things that don't match bother you, you can look away for a second, but the baskets do not all match. These baskets are all from Target. I had started with 4 of these wood boxes from Target. They were $15 each, and the girls stenciled their names on them. It was super fun. But after the first year we used them, 2 of them, the bottoms fell out, and so they were not sturdy enough to hold the weight of the school books. So we went back to Target. I let those 2 girls pick anything they want, and Micah picked that one, and JJ picked that one, and I don't care if they don't match. I think these wire baskets will do much better holding up to just the wear and tear of being pulled out with heavy books every day. Everybody's basket has books that they're actively using for school. If they are not actively using them, like maybe we're taking a break from a subject, I don't store them in their baskets. I take them out, and I have a bookshelf in my room that I store those on so that they're out of the way. So Micah's got a couple different workbooks or piano books, and the most important thing here is her assignment pad, which is what I'm getting ready to get ready today. We'll double check what she needs to do today so I can make sure she has everything she needs pulled out. Everyone basically has the same thing. It's books that they're actively using plus their individualized assignment pads that they've designed, and then I printed off with the Homeschool printing company. And if you're curious about our curriculum or how I plan my days, I will link those videos below, but we're not going to get into that today. And below the shelf with the books and their things, this is our pencils. You can see that they have decorated this for me, which is totally fine. Try to keep it somewhat organized. You have markers, colored pencils, pencils and scissors, glue sticks. There's like staplers and hole punches, and then there's some stickers and some pens in that last one. But this is just writing utensils and those random things like paper clips that you need. Those are also from Target. And then another thing that I do to save a lot of space and money, our library has these STEAM to-go bags, which are all like STEM activities. We get a different one. Basically, we go to the library every other week, and the kids pick out a bag. Our library has tons of them. We've gotten everything from like a microscope and a telescope and a ukulele. This one is a phonics, bunch of different phonics games, which the girls are having fun with. These bags are usually geared towards the younger kids, our 1st grader and kindergartner, which is perfect because a lot of times At that age, their book work is not very long, but I need to keep them busy while the big girls are doing more, their extra book work, and they always just love these. And then I don't have to store a bunch of gadgets in my house. I get a bag for a couple weeks, and then in a couple weeks we're going to take it back to the library and we're going to trade it in for a different one. And I just store this here in the back of this shelf so it's out of the way. Behind their pencils. And then I don't have a bunch of little pieces floating around the house or a bunch of activities that I need to find storage space for. Okay, as far as the preschooler and the baby go, so there's a couple things I do to keep them occupied and store things for them to do while we're doing school. The first is, excuse that the drawer is broken, somebody yanked it too hard and I haven't had time to fix it. But in here, in half of this cabinet, I have some random activities. This is just Lincoln Logs that has some like plastic horses in it. I also have manipulatives for the older kids' math, but there's stamping sets. There's a Polly Pocket, which for some reason I think is the coolest thing ever. There's a couple little art craft sets. I have a Light Bright. The preschooler really likes that. I have this, if you remember from when I was growing up, but it's a lot thinner, but it's a Light Bright where you punch the colors in. Some stencils. There's a this is a search and find, but it's erasable, so they find it with a dry erase marker, then you erase it off, and then you can do it a million times. So I store that in here for them. I can pull one of those out. I also store some of my stuff in here, so I have my laminator. This is a phonics game that we own and keep at home, and then these are just like random teacher supplies that you need, flashcards, letter cards, things like that. And then using every inch of space, I have these bins, but not all of them are full, but I keep them on the floor down here. And I have more letter flashcards, whiteboards, and beginner readers for when we're working on phonics. These are fun. I got these off of Amazon. Sometimes we do school and it's a game. So I have 4 of these game show buzzers. The big girls really like doing that. The last thing that I do is that in the stairwell to our basement, so our basement is not usable. It's an old cellar. It's not sealed tight. You don't want to store things down there, and it's scary down there too anyway. And so, but the stairwell to the basement, we have just a couple shelves that were built, and I use it to store I probably have 5 or 6 Rubbermaid tubs of just fun activities for little kids. These are the only toys that are out all the time at the house, just this little corner that he's playing in, because I don't have room for toys to be everywhere. So this is the toy corner with just things that are always accessible. And then every day I will take out one tub. Sorry, it got a little dirty in the stairwell. But like today's tub are these wooden train tracks, and they love playing with these and building with these. And I take out a different tub every day or 2, which keeps life interesting. It's like a new toy, it's a new Christmas. I have one that's like a collapsible kitchen set. It's got cloth covers that go over kitchen chairs for like the stove, so you don't actually have a big piece to store. I got one that's a camping set with pop-out tents. I mean, a lot of really fun hands-on activities, and by switching them out every day or every other day, the little guys feel like they're getting new toys, and it keeps them very interested and very occupied for at least 45 minutes so that I can get some work done with the older kids. And that's it. That's all the stuff we have. Like I said, I don't keep a lot of extras. We use the library for those. I also have friends that homeschool and sisters-in-laws who homeschool that live close by. Sometimes we exchange and trade things. I don't keep curriculum between kids unless it's a digital. I buy a lot of digital curriculums that I then pay to have printed, so it's printed for that one child. It's used. We store a few samples from it, and the rest of it gets thrown in the burn barrel at the end of the year so that I'm not having to stockpile books, because books take up a lot of space. So I hope that's helpful. Maybe it gave you some ideas on ways to be able to homeschool with limited storage space, because it can feel overwhelming. The truth of the matter is you don't need a lot of stuff. You just need to use your resources cleverly and maybe be a little bit clever in the space that you do store things. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.